Long time coming. Haven't done a video. I was going to say a live video in I don't know how long. But you know what? I feel like the Lord's stirring it up in me again to maybe just dialogue outwardly. Pretty much how I do with Him in the Word daily. When I read my Word each day, I just talk with Him and reflect on different aspects of it. And I feel in a lot of ways there's just His wisdom and insight that comes to light. So let's just get to it anyways. What I was reading here is Matthew 8 down the way. And this is through the Message Bible too, which I've really been enjoying how some of the words are communicated in a different aspect and depth. There's only a few different variations of versions of the Bible. Oops. That I care to read these days. One of them is the Message. The Passion's good, and the Amplified. Apart from that, I don't really care for any others. But anyway, so it says, and the title, He Carried Our Diseases. And Jesus came down the mountain with the cheers of the crowd still ringing in his ears. Then a leper appeared and dropped to his knees before Jesus, praying, "Master, if you want to, you can heal my body." Jesus reached out and touched them, saying, "I want to be clean. I want to be clean." Then and there, all signs of the leprosy were gone. Jesus said, "Don't talk about this all over town. Just quietly present your healed body to the priest, along with the appropriate expressions of the thanks of God." Excuse me. Your cleansed and grateful life, not your words, will bear witness to what I have done. Your cleansed and grateful life, not your words, will bear witness to what I have done. And I didn't even get that far in that. But what initially caught my attention, which, if we're familiar with the word, we've heard this one time and again with the quotations of Matthew 8. But when the leper states to Jesus, if it's, "Master, if you want to, you can heal my body." And Jesus reached out and touched him, said, "I want to, and be clean." And it came to light to me, a lot of time we get in this weird religious stance where we state to the Lord, if it's your will, you'll do this. If it's your will, you'll do that. But didn't He already make it clear that it's always His will to want to heal us? It's always His will to want for us to prosper and be in health as our soul prospers. There's not this, I guess I've seen these prayers spoken, and even I've done it, where it's like, "Lord, if it's your will, let this person be healed. If it's your will, let this be resolved," or whatever the situation is. And to me, that is a beggar's mentality to what Jesus already desires for us. Of course, it's His will in those things, and why would you have to beg if it's His will to do the things that are already in His character and His goodness to do them? So, really, that's what I was touching on there. Is I said, well, why? We quote these things like, it's let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But there comes a place where the will of the Father. That He has goodness, kindness, and patience, and long-suffering, and all those good, positive attributes of His character. That when we're asking something, He says, you don't receive because you don't ask. Well, it's in those same aspects. It's like, well, of course He desires to. Of course He longs to see you healed. He longs to see you prosper and be in health. And all the other ways that he longs for the goodness of you to dwell in. So if we're in mentalities where we have to beg the Lord, it's probably just a change of perception you need to have of His goodness and how good He is, and wants to bless you in all things. So really, that's what was highlighted to me. And it says you're cleansed and you have a grateful life, and it's not ever the words that we say, where we plead and beg enough. It's just us bearing witness with his goodness. And so if you can take anything away with that today, that's what I'm going to leave you with. And, you know, when I feel drawn to, maybe I'll post every once in a while a video of what I'm reflecting on with the Lord, if it helps anyone. And my voice is kind of out. It got sun scorched, but hopefully you can tolerate it enough. Thank you for allowing me to reflect and enjoy your day.